There is new fallout from the NSA phone surveillance program, and it's creating a rather unusual alliance in the court. The NRA is joining forces with the American Civil Liberties Union, the NRA with the ACLU in a lawsuit to end the program. The NRA argues that the database is like one big gun registry, and the government will be able to track all of its movements. Tamara Holder, criminal defense attorney, Fox News contributor, David Webb, host of the David Webb Show on SiriusXM's Patriot Channel, Tea Party 365 co-founder and a Fox News contributor. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Bill.
So, David, some strange groups getting together here. I mean, probably not the kind of people you'd see on the same invitation to the same party, don't you think?
No, not usually. But here, look, the ACLU can fall into the right thing every once in a while. There was a time when they actually did that. They really have standing here because, one, they're a customer of Verizon, so they have standing in court. Number two, we're talking about a government that has never been known, and notice the sarcasm in my voice, to misuse data. The IRS targeting of Tea Party, conservative, and pro-Israel groups, which is still going on, by the way. So here the NRA files an amicus brief because they're concerned that lawful gun owners whose data is being gobbled up by the NSA, and look, I give the NSA credit. They've done a lot of good work to protect us, but the expansion since 2009 under the PRISM program and the Obama administration means that we have an out-of-control bureaucracy and NSA that is not within the guidelines that were set forth for it to operate.
So you would argue that they have a legitimate case here, and it's not just out of paranoia, right?
No, there's a legitimate case here because of the actions that have happened in the federal bureaucracy.
Does Dave have a point here?
Well, he does, but unfortunately, with his Tea Party views, he likes to mix things up, and that's just unfortunate.
This isn't a Tea Party issue, Tamara.
Let me finish, David. Unfortunately, this is a separate issue from the IRS scandal. This is an issue that does affect all Americans regardless of party lines, and this has nothing to do with politics whatsoever. This has to do with Fourth Amendment right to privacy that is invading every single person. And so the NRA is, regardless if you're pro-gun or not, is coming in support of the ACLU, saying, look, we're all customers of Verizon here, and what the government is doing is not only collecting the phone records, but they're also using it to create this like metadata and look at patterns and practices. It's scary.
What's this got to do with the Tea Party, Tamara?
Well, no, but David brought up the fact that the government is known for its behaviors, including the IRS scandal and whatever. I mean, these are separate issues, and we should separate the issues here.
I'm talking about an example of how a bureaucracy acts, and right now, today, they have not changed the methodology at the IRS, so the targeting continues. So if they're able to use data,
hang on, let him finish.
If they're able to use data in that way, and a bureaucracy can act that way, then the NSA, then the NRA, and the ACLU, and all Americans, which is where we agree, have a right to be concerned about misusing data.
I don't think that's the argument you're making here. I mean, you sound suspicious yourself to me over this.
Well, no, I am suspicious of this, of all of this behavior by the NSA and by the government. And also in their own filings, they said that when Americans make a call, when the government said this, when Americans make a call, they lose their expectation of privacy because they don't really know who they're calling. That's absurd. It's preposterous. Yeah. And every American, left or right, should be upset about this position.
To both of you, David, you said the ACLU has standing. I assume you believe the NRA has standing, too.
Right.
Can they win this case?
And I think they will win this case. And let me just put this out there, because while this is not a left-right issue, I find it interesting that the left, which is usually against stop and frisk and programs like that, are suddenly, not just Tamara, and I'm not putting her in this list, but many are for the NSA, which is an electronic form of stop and frisk. We've got to look at what our government is doing under the Constitution.
I agree with that, and we have to also look at what the Constitution is and how far the government can go, and also what their positions are. Like I said, in their filing, they said that we lost an expectation of privacy when we made a call. That goes against all American
understand the point you're making. Tamara, can they win this case, yes or no?
I think so. The only problem is that the ACLU is a former Verizon customer. They may have a problem in standing with that, but otherwise I think it's a good case.
All right. I can't wait for the press conference when the NRA and the ACLU walk out there together.
With their guns.
That will be something to see. Tamara, thank you. Dave, thanks to you as well.
Thanks, Bill.